So welcome, welcome, Jurrel. So we've got Jurrel. We sort of go way back, but we've probably drifted. To be honest, probably drifted in and out of contact.
Yeah,
as people seem to do.
life gets in the way.
But you've been kind enough to sort of come up and have a chat. So I appreciate it.
Anytime.
We both, I think, growing up, we both had sort of similar interests when it comes to cars and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which we'll just speaking off air, but you've got, you still got quite a collection.
Couple.
Yeah.
A couple.
You want to tell them what you got?
Uh,
Go through.
Got a 1988 Mitsubishi Galant VR4.
A beast.
Most people wouldn't know what that is.
Imagine it's like a VR4 sedan.
Yeah,
Sort of.
kind of looks like a Magna. not gonna sugarcoat it. Got a Evo 8 as well, Mitsubishi Evo 8, and then we got the family X5.
Yeah. How do you find the Evo 8?
I daily that every day.
Yeah.
I drive it every day to work and back.
Yeah. So the Galant and the Evo 5, did you paint?
The Evo 8, yeah.
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 I have to have a look at it after, but I saw
Yeah,
it
yeah.
looks pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Well, that's actually removable.
Is it?
Yeah. So you spray it on like paint, you peel it off like vinyl.
Is that that shit? Like, I know it's probably a better quality version of it, but is that
Like plastic.
Yeah, is that shit they promote in the
But
auto stores?
it's called Halo Effects, this stuff.
Yeah. So what made you go down that way?
I wanted to try it.
Yeah.
I'd heard about it and I'd seen like photos and videos.
Is it good quality? Is it?
Dude, if I
Doesn't bubble?
if I didn't tell anyone, you would never pick that you could peel that paint off.
And have you like gone to a spot to see if you can peel it or anything?
I've peeled a couple spots, like, because I just painted over like the badges.
Yeah.
I painted over the locks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then like a month down the track, I peeled the badges off and I peeled off a couple of
That's
the locks.
amazing. I have to go suss it out.
It's cool.
Was it
It's
quite
cool.
expensive? Because of
On par with a decent paint job.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so you painted that yourself? How
Yeah.
long did that take?
That took me a solid day
Oh, really?
to do it.
Jeez.
Well, because you're not sanding any of it.
Yep.
So the paint underneath is still shiny. It's still
So you don't even got to scuff it up?
nothing.
Oh, wow.
Straight over the top. So all you got.
What colour was it originally?
It was white.
Okay.
Yeah. So the door jambs and stuff are still white.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I suppose when you're doing a job like what you've done, you're not too fussed about that.
it's my car.
Yeah,
I can. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm okay with it.
yeah. That's it. So but you didn't paint the Galant.
Yeah, I painted that as well.
No, I thought you did.
Yeah.
And how long did that take?
That took a lot longer than it should have.
Oh yeah.
So that car, the only reason I painted that car is because I broke a wheel. I got
Oh,
a
okay.
flat tire. I got a flat tire.
Yeah.
Got a puncture. Drove like 50 meters. Like I was in the far right lane of Princess Highway.
Yep.
I went, oh shit, I got a flat tire. Pull to the side, pull into the servo, go to pump it up.
Yep.
Try my luck.
Yeah.
Go to pump it up and it's just. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit. And then I stuck my head inside and I saw the inside was just all camber worn out. I was like, oh great, cool. Whatever. Slapped the spare on. Took it to a tyre shop the next day. Said, can you slap a tyre on this? They said no. I'm like, why? Like, you have a giant crack in the rim
Oh shit.
from driving it to the servo. That 50 meters cracked them. And they weren't cheap shit wheels. They were raised gram lights.
Yeah. So original
genuine
raise. Yeah.
Yeah, weren't cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of those luck of the draw, cracked the rim. So it went into the shop, sitting there. I had to wait. The rims were discontinued. Couldn't order another one brand new. Couldn't find another one in that stud pattern offset width to match.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll just order another set of wheels. 6 months out of Japan. 3 months out of Japan.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, the car's sitting in the shop for 3 months.
Oh shit! You start thinking. Yeah.
So I started stripping it, painting it.
What colour was it originally?
It was white.
Oh yeah.
It was white as well. We had an affliction for white cars at the time.
Yeah. So all my Mazdas seem to be white.
Yeah.
It's not by choice. It's just by
I think
how
it's
it
that
comes
era.
out. Yeah.
I think it's that era.
It's just a basic.
There weren't a lot of like
They didn't dare
flamboyant
to
colours.
So yeah. So obviously we should probably let people know that you've got your own YouTube channel.
Yes.
Then maybe elaborate. Let them know what it's called. Elaborate on that.
It's called The Everyday Painter.
Yeah. So you're a spray painter by trade.
automotive refinish technician.
Oh shit! They're stepping up the game.
Um,
So what got you into that? Not the YouTube side, but into painting.
Painting?
Yeah.
Purely by chance, to be
Oh,
honest. Yeah. I had never stepped foot in a panel shop before.
Yep.
And I was working at my parents' video shop at the time.
Okay.
My first
Down
boss...
at the back of the old E-Hills.
Endeavour Hills, that's it.
Where's video stores now? They fucked
They're
up.
gone,
They
mate.
fucked up.
They are gone.
That's another podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. So my first boss ended up coming in, speaking to my mum and saying, oh, you know, we're in a position where we're looking for an apprentice, this and that. And my mum pretty much just went, here, take my son.
Yeah. You need a job.
He needs a job. Here, take it.
Yeah.
He's good at stuff.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was it. I literally went, I'm here for a job.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, cool.
So when you first started, like any apprentice, you probably were just doing crappy jobs, or did you get right into it?
I was literally thrown in the deep end.
Oh yeah.
The first day I was polishing the boss's mum's car. Do you know how nerve-wracking that is?
Yeah, because that's another interesting point. A lot of people think they could just go down to a local shopping centre and pay $50 for a polish, and that's a polish. There's so much to polish in a car, and that's why you see cars with swirl marks or like, if you look in the reflection of the paint, you'll see high and low spots.
Yep.
There's actually, don't just spend $40.
No.
That's something you probably shouldn't cheap out on.
No.
Yeah.
If anything, you're better off giving the car a good wash, a good clay bar, and just like a hand wax.
Yeah.
That will look better than some amateur buff on 8,000 RPM.
Yeah, like
just,
a Bunnings special.
Yeah. No good.
One, because I am no expert on detailing the car, but when I did look into it, I sort of researched, like, there's little tricks to it. For example, something I didn't know, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is like when you're buffing a car, they say like it's good to keep the panel wet.
Yes.
Like
You want to keep it
like with a spray bottle or
lubricated.
something, and don't dry it out and heat it up and stuff too much. So
Well, basically, you're dealing with a surface that reflection is nothing but refining a scratch.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. So any scratch in that surface is going to refract light differently.
Yep.
So you've seen it. You see a car and there's like they've driven down past a bush and you can see like the side looks kind of shiny, but it's kind of not.
Yeah.
Because all those scratches are killing that reflection.
Yep.
Right. So as you're polishing, you start off with like a coarser compound, and you'll work down finer and finer and finer. It's never scratch free.
Yep.
You just put it under a microscope, you're going to see there's scratches. The whole point is to get it as fine as possible. If you keep that pad lubricated via water, there's special sprays you can use, or even just the polishing compound itself. That's enough to not, because the pad itself isn't abrasive.
Yeah.
It's foam.
Yeah. Okay.
So you want to mitigate those scratches as much as possible by keeping it.
I'll tell you my my one attempt at spray painting. This is probably in my early 20s.
Yep.
My first girlfriend, her first car.
Yeah.
She had, what did she have? You probably remember my first girlfriend. Anyway, that'll be an off-air chat. She had.
I was waiting for the beep.
Yeah. She ended up buying a Mitsubishi old Maxima or something, and the bonnet was faded.
Maxima.
Yeah, I think it was an old Mitsubishi Maxima. I think. Anyway, doesn't matter. The bonnet was faded, and top of the guards were faded and stuff.
Was it maroon by any chance?
Yeah. So I think it was a Maxima. So I decided that I'd give it a. This is no experience, man. I was a diesel mechanic. I was definitely not a painter. At the time, I was living at a place in Berwick, just with another mate, when we had our Mazdas and stuff. So I went out and just bought like $100 spray gun. He had a compressor already.
Yep.
I didn't know, like I assumed he had like something to like catch the water, because I think that's a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even check.
Yep.
I went down to the classic paint spot.
It's
called Paint Spot.
On Cheltenham.
Yeah.
With the white horse out the front.
I colour matched it all. Obviously now, I'm still not a painter, but I know not just to do what I did.
Yeah.
So I'd assume, like, if it's faded, you pretty much should take it right back.
Yeah.
You shouldn't just hit over it.
depending how bad it is, but yeah,
Yeah.
usually you want to get rid of
It looked
all
like
of that.
it looked like what those VNVPs are common for.
How it like goes chalky,
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like you can see you can just flick
like
at the
flakes away a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah,
So what I didn't even rub it back, man. Like thinking back, it was so stupid. So
Yeah.
I just parked her car on like the front lawn.
Mhm.
I didn't even mask it up.
Yeah.
And then I just like mixed this paint up. I didn't even know what I was doing. I don't think I put like maybe too much thinners
Yeah,
or
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. And then man, I just started just spraying the bonnet, bro. And it looked so terrible, man. And I spent like the next 2 days trying to get overspray off all the windows.
Yeah. Oh, God.
It just looked like dull and crap, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well, chances are they've either given you the old like acrylic,
yeah.
or they've given you just base coat.
Yeah, I have no idea, man. I have no idea. I can't even remember if I tried to put clear over it or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
To be honest, it probably did look better than how it looked,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it was
that's
still
true.
like fucking a shocking job.
Yep, yep.
It's like anyone could have done better.
Yeah.
It's always intrigued me learning to. I've never been good at it, but it's always intrigued me learning to panel and paint a car.
Mhm.
I spent a lot of time like paneling cars,
Yep, yep.
just teaching myself whether it's the right method or wrong method, but like
Yep.
just trying to, if I like fit panels and stuff, just trying to gap stuff
Yeah, yeah,
properly.
yeah.
And
That's an art form in itself.
yeah, I've learnt that with these last couple of Mazdas,
Mhm.
like fitting panels to just trying to gap stuff. And
Like, dude, I've seen in all my years in the trade, like I've
Yeah.
been in the industry for 14 years
Yeah.
now or something, and
Yeah.
and I've seen some cars and I'm like, wow, that looks really nice.
Yeah.
And then you see another car and you're like, that looks a lot nicer.
just
Why?
by the gaps, yeah.
And then you realize that these dudes have spent hours making sure that the bottom of that door is 4 mil gap, the middle's 4, the top's 4.
Yeah.
That I've seen cars where they look like the gap lines are painted on. That's how like
Yeah.
millimeter precise they are, and it makes all the difference
It
because you
does.
look at it straight away and you're like, that just looks right.
Like sometimes you look at like old Holdens or Ford, like say show cars,
Yep, yep,
and then because they got a lot of stainless trims and on top of all the gaps,
yep, yep.
so like you'd be looking at it and like the one side of the boot doesn't line up
Yeah.
the recorder properly.
Yeah.
It's like arched up.
And the car's like, it'll be nice and shiny.
Yeah, of course.
And it's detailed to the nines, and you're like, it should look nice.
One thing
Just doesn't.
one thing that's really common, which just annoys the fuck out of me when I see it, is like old Holdens.
Yep.
They always have the back of the bonnets like cupped up a little bit.
Those old hinges are terrible.
Yeah.
They're really bad.
Do you work on much old stuff through your shop?
I have.
Yeah.
I have
Or is it
in
more so
my
just-
years.
Yeah.
My boss he's got an XY GT Mock.
Oh, beautiful. What colour?
Electric blue or whatever
yeah.
the blue's called. I
Yeah,
can't remember.
yeah.
I'm sure somebody will
Yeah.
lose their shit. It's not electric blue. It's some special blue. But yeah, it's blue. And
So
we
when you say
restored
GT
that.
Mark, is it blue with like an orange stripe or something? Or?
He's changed the stripes about 3 times.
Yeah.
So the bonnet stripes are black, and then
Yeah.
the side stripes were black, which
Yeah.
is what it should have been from factory.
Yeah.
And then he put white reflective
Yeah.
stripes on it,
Yeah.
just down the sides. And then now he's got black reflective stripes,
Okay.
which is different, but it's a very nice car.
Yeah.
So because of him owning that, being in that crowd,
Yeah.
we've had a few come through the
Yeah,
shop
okay.
over the years.
Fair enough. So so you decided to start your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So what's the sort of what made you think about firing that up? And
I literally, a mate of mine that I used to work with a while ago,
Yeah.
we had talked about it.
okay.
We were like, why aren't we filming this? Like,
Yeah.
most people would never get a look into what we do every day. Like,
Yeah.
to us, it's normal. Like,
Yeah.
to me and other painters, it's like, yeah, whatever, I have to paint this
Yeah.
job and it's what I do. No big deal.
Yeah.
But to the average person, like, I've seen customers come in and they see somebody in the booth because there's big glass
Yeah.
windows and stuff.
Yeah.
They see someone and they're intrigued. They're like, what's going on in there?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it's obviously interesting.
Yeah.
We do it every day anyway.
Yeah.
Why not just stick a camera there, film it, edit up something quickly?
Yeah. Well, your quick editing's probably 10 times better than my quick editing, to be honest.
Look, my editing isn't that in depth.
But I got to say, from watching your videos, the positioning of the camera's like perfect, I reckon.
It's hard to. So the positioning of the camera probably takes longer than 9 times
Yeah.
because it's such a big room, the spray booth.
Yeah.
And to get it into a position where it's like, okay, I need to be able to see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I don't want to move the camera every 10 seconds
Yeah.
because I've moved around. Now I've got to move the camera over here.
Yeah.
Now I've moved around. I've got to move the camera over here. So I kind of try and keep it in a position where it's all right. Well, I can at least leave it there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm still at work.
Yeah.
I'm still getting paid to do this.
Yeah.
I can't sit there.
So was he quite good about it?
My boss was fine with it, yeah.
Yeah. He's sort of like, as long as you get your work done.
Yeah. And, like I said, as long as it's not chewing up.
Yeah.
As long as the job's not taking 2 times as long because I'm sitting there going, oh, the lighting is not right,
I think you've been blessed with lighting, though, in a booth.
Yeah.
That's one thing I think you don't have to worry about.
No, not at all.
So, you've done a few now. How many you got up, roughly?
I think I honestly couldn't do.
Maybe 6?
Yeah,
5 or
6, 7, somewhere under 10.
Have you got another one in the works?
Yeah, I've got.
You got an exclusive for us?
It's I did a 32 GDR respray recently.
Okay.
Which I'm hoping I want to take a bit more time with the editing on it.
Okay.
So that's why I
Must be
haven't brought it
special.
out. Yeah, it's just.
Was it the same colour?
It was
Or
actually
did it
the
look
car. The car was originally, it had been resprayed previously,
Okay.
and they changed the color, but only like minutely.
Okay.
So like when the car rolled in, I assumed it was the factory color
Yeah.
until I grabbed the swatches, and I put the original color up to it, and I'm like, oh, no, it's like way too light, way too blue. But
Yep.
it didn't look anything like the original color. But I'm like, why would you bother?
I just remembered something. This just came to me.
Yeah.
Was that orange beast the first beast you
My
painted?
Datsun?
Yeah. We're going back
would
years
have
and years ago.
been probably would have been one of the first cars my own cars that I painted. Yeah,
Do you ever wish you still had that?
I do. The only reason I sold that car, it was I can't even remember what year it was.
Was
now.
it Datsun?
It was a Stanza.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was early, like 70, before 80.
Yeah.
It was old.
Yeah.
The only reason I sold that car is because even when I bought it, they had looped the heater lines at the motor, so I had no heater in the car.
Yeah.
So during winter,
Yeah.
when you have to get up at, leave home at 6:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
and it's 1 degree outside, and your
Oh,
windows
trust me,
start fogging up,
I know the old
and
car.
you have to wind your window down
To
when
see.
it's 1 degree outside.
I know that old car feel.
Oh, dude. Summer, it was great. It was a great summer car.
Yeah.
Winter, I just... Ugh. Nah. So that's the only reason I sold it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So do you reckon you'll get anything old JDM, or are you happy with what you got?
Me and a mate actually have a... God, the year of that escapes me now too. A 929 wagon.
Oh, 70s era?
So the RX-4 shape.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Merc front or pointy front?
Merc front.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's the only reason we bought it. We were literally sitting around, the same mate that we were talking about YouTube with.
Yep.
We were like, so that was the plan. We were going to get this car.
Do it all.
We were going to do it up, document it all on
Yep.
YouTube and take it around to shows here, even like halfway through the build, just take it to a show.
Yeah, it's interesting, yeah.
So we bought the car because, and we were literally on Gumtree and we're just like, old Japanese.
Yeah.
See what comes up. You know?
Yeah.
And this thing came up and it was out in the country. It was on some dude's farm. His mate owned it. It had been sitting on his farm for months. His mate went overseas and just left it in his yard.
Yeah.
So we were like, thank you, we'll take that. So that's sitting in my garage as well.
Yeah. So you're still going to go through with it all?
I think so. I think it's just a matter of, again, life kind of just gets in the way of everything. But it's still there. It's
Is it
not
a good
going
base?
anywhere.
Or is it all rusted out?
It's actually not bad.
Yeah.
That's the reason we bought it. We went and had a look at it and we were like, this thing's pretty straight.
Mm.
No major rust in
Yeah.
it. 13B will just drop straight
Oh,
in.
that was my next question. You going to keep a piston or you
Nah.
putting a rotor in it?
I think a rotor will eventually it'll go in, funds permitting, but yeah.
You know what I reckon? will be good to do at the start and simple. Do they have a 2-litre MA engine? I think.
Yeah, the MA.
I think they're a 2-litre.
I'm terrible with numbers today. I can't remember now. But yeah, it's a 2-litre. Yeah.
You should look into, for the first stage. You should look into doing what I had in my old 1300. I had an old white 1300 that had just a piston motor, but it was turbocharged, injected.
Well, we even thought about doing a blow through.
Yeah, but
Carby turbo setup.
But this 1300, I remember it. This 1300 had a fuel only computer, which you can probably pick up still for $100.
Yeah.
Electronic dizzy locked.
Yep.
And then it just had a Ford single point or whatever injection.
Yep.
And man, it made like 140, 150 kilowatts.
Jesus.
And it was like fun as and ultra reliable.
But then there's that thing, like we were discussing it and we were like, well, do we put some like crazy Bridgeport turbo, some crazy, but then we're like, then we got to do the rear end. Then we got to put a decent gearbox in it.
Yeah, 100%.
It's never going to be fast. It's a wagon. It's a full-size wagon. It's not a little, like...
Yeah.
It's not one of those little wagons. It's a full-size wagon.
If you guys Google, like, I think they're early 74, 73, 929 wagon, you'll see they're quite big. They're bigger than the 808 wagons for sure.
Yeah, they're much bigger.
I remember when I had my 808 sedan that had a turbo rotor in it.
Yep.
I remember I had a stock diff in it, but I had all the turbo set up.
Yeah.
And then I blew it up drag racing Roger.
That wouldn't have lasted long.
Yeah, I blew it up off Heatherton Road set of lights, trying to take Roger and his AE off the lights.
Yes.
And then I don't know if you remember, but those set of lights on Power Road, Heatherton Road.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we were. I don't know if unless we were rolling up to those lights. This is all
allegedly on private property
in Mexico.
By the way.
Yeah, we were racing, and then my diff blew, and just by like a miracle, the light stayed the like right signal light traffic light stayed green.
So you just rolled
and then like
through.
I lived off Essex Park.
Yeah.
So I pretty much just like rolled it through there, and then
it was all downhill from
there.
Yeah.
And we're right on the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
So I blew the diff out the set of lights, and I just managed to roll it home. But it sounded like it was just like...
It would have been horrible. Yep.
Oh, man, but I don't know. That was just luck. And then I ended up putting... I got a Hilux diff built for it.
Well, that was the other thing. We were like, do we change the whole rear end? And then...
You know what, man? You know me, like, I've always been into rotors.
Mm-hmm.
Just do something totally different, man.
Well, we were like, you know what? We'll just... Eventually, it'll go rotor, I think.
Yeah. Just do something totally different. Put a Barra.
That's not even different nowadays.
Yeah, true.
Everything's got a Barra in it.
I've had some nasty thoughts of just making everyone upset and putting a Barra in a Series 1 RX-7.
Just do it.
With a massive reverse, like Camaro reverse scoop from the
big
upper bar back.
Cowl, yep.
Just like make it look off its head.
Yep. Why not?
I've spoken to other people and they're like, "Oh, put the weight out." You're like, "You do something. You don't care. You're not going around corners."
It's not a time attack car, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna go 400 meters.
So you've got your YouTube channel, The Everyday Painter.
Yeah.
Which how often do you reckon you upload stuff? Maybe once a month, every couple of months.
When I have time.
Yeah, that's a fair call.
Yeah.
You got family life as well.
Yeah, got a young family now and house renovations and just adult life.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus.
It's hilarious.
It's amazing, but it's like you reach a point where you're like you take a step back and you're like, how did this happen?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did I become the guy with a wife and kids and a mortgage?
Do you feel like it was only like
shit?
It was only like yesterday. We're just cruising around the hills, living the dream.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm living the dream. I love
Yeah.
So happy we had kids.
Well, what I meant was probably like so innocent. Didn't have much care in the world.
But not even that. You thought like back then it was like.
And I was always broke back then as well because of damn cars.
Everyone. Back then, it was like this is it.
Yeah.
This is what life's going to be like.
Yeah.
We're going to be cruising around. Hey, bro, what are you doing? Nothing. Let's catch up. Yeah, Let's go for a cruise.
Isn't it? It's so, I don't know if it's the same for you, but like back in the day, everyone would always be hanging out. And
Yep.
no matter what someone wants to do, everyone will always be up for it.
Yeah.
And you'll either be at the
Well,
beach.
nobody had anything on.
Yeah, you either be at the beach or be hanging out at like the classic Helen kebabs,
Like
or you'd be going for a
ti-
cruise or
nine
something.
times out of 10, you rang someone.
Yeah.
Tell me how often now you ring someone and you go, "Hey, bro, what are you up to?"
Yeah.
And you get nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Nowadays, it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
Back then, it was like, "Hey, you wouldn't even ask what they were doing.
Yeah.
We're doing this. You're coming."
Yeah.
Because you knew they weren't doing shit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's one thing I think about. It's so strange. Like back in the day, yeah, everyone would be always hanging out, and then as people get older, obviously life takes over. But
Of course.
it's just a shame you don't get to still have that in a certain respect, I guess,
Yeah. I mean, you still have it, just not.
all the time.
Yeah, not every day.
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
true. So yeah, you got your everyday painter, some cars.
Yeah. So,
What else did I want to cover with you? Oh, that's right. Do you still do your JS stuff on the side?
not so much.
Because I remember at one point you were sort of
Yeah.
a bit more heavy into it.
Yeah. At one point, my wife and I were like full time
Maybe explain
doing,
what it
doing
is.
like stickers and heat press clothing
Yep.
and stuff like that. Signage, cars,
Yeah.
vehicles,
So what made
shop
you
signage, stuff like
what made you take a sort of back step out of that?
that.
You just got it bubbling away on the side.
Yeah, pretty much. Now it's like we don't go avidly chasing work.
Yep.
So if someone we know refers us to somebody
Yep.
and then they get in contact and they want something, yeah, cool, But we
Yep.
don't have, at the moment, we don't have a heap of spare time. Like my wife is heavily pregnant at the
Yep.
moment.
Yep.
We have a son who's 1.5, almost 2.
So do you think that's something that you'll just keep bubbling and then one
Yeah.
day you'll fire it back up full press again?
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. At the moment, it's just something to subsidise a bit of whatever,
Yep.
I think now it's more of well, we've got all the equipment and it's a bit of extra money. So
I was gonna say it was a bit of overhead setting all that stuff up.
it was,
Yeah.
but it's more than paid itself off
Okay.
in that time.
Yeah.
It's not a massive outlay.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember how much the vinyl
Yeah.
plotter was, but it's more than paid itself off over the years that we've had it.
Yeah.
So there's no dramas there.
That's why I hit you up yesterday to see if you still did that. I think
Yeah.
it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm sort of thinking maybe make some stuff up for this podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe we can make some merch up. Probably
For
not.
sure.
Yeah, at least have some stuff up there
Yeah.
if
Why
someone
not?
wants something.
Why not?
But I want to make the hardest thing is making sure your merch is like cool, not just like
Dude.
say my name on it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
if my merch was like a t-shirt like this,
Yep.
but I had my sort of name in it, it'd be cool.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But if I just had like a staircase in my name, it'd be horrible.
So many times, like, we get people, they'll contact us and they'll be like, "Hey man, I want to do this project for whatever."
Yep.
Okay, cool. Do you have any artwork to go with that? Do you have a logo?
Yep.
Give me something to work with.
Yeah. So do you also make the designs yourself?
I have.
Yeah. Okay.
I try not to.
Yep.
Just it's
lot
a
of the time.
painstaking
Yeah,
process. Oh, I'm not a graphic designer
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
I've always been artistic, but not an in-depth graphic designer.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
But a lot of the times they're like, "Oh, well, I want something that looks like this, but it can't have this, can't have this. I want this," and I'm just like,
Yeah. I got to sit down and just figure out how I'm gonna market and
Yep.
identify this brand, I guess.
yeah. In the day,
Because I like cool clothes as well. So
Yeah.
I don't want it to be like, I want it to be something that you could wear casually,
Yeah.
not just around the house. I
yes,
guess.
yes.
It's probably the hardest
Something that is going to actually incorporate into your
Because
wardrobe.
I don't think I've told many people this, but eventually I want to get in. Like I'm gonna have this, and then I want to have like a clothesline as well,
Yeah, right.
an apparel line,
Yep.
but not just for this, but just in general.
Just
yeah,
yep.
like an online store and stuff.
Yeah.
So we've got some design sort of down pat, and I've got the vision of what I want, but it's also number one financially, number two the time, because I'm still working full time while
Yeah.
I'm trying to build this.
That's the hardest thing. That's the hardest thing
only
about
thing I've-
starting something.
Yeah.
It's like, I have this awesome idea, and I'm pretty sure it'll work.
Yeah,
I'm not sure enough to quit my job and do it full time
Yeah, correct.
and risk that it's not gonna work.
the only difference is obviously I don't have a family as yet, so I'd
Yes.
imagine it's a bit harder when you got a little one running around and
Yeah,
stuff
it
like
is.
that. So, how old are you now?
Me, I'll be 31 in March.
Oh yeah, so we're pretty much almost the same age.
Yeah.
So how are you finding family life?
Love it.
From yeah. How'd you meet your lovely partner? Let's get that on there.
Princess Highway.
A car meet? Classic.
Doing things we probably shouldn't have been doing on Princess Highway at odd hours of the morning, but yeah.
You just dosing past her and she just lucked that flutter and it was all over.
Well, we had mutual mates.
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
So that's how we got introduced, and she hated my guts when we first met.
Yeah, they all do.
Oh, she hated me so much.
Then they warm up.
We, a mate of ours had a workshop at the time.
Yep.
And I was there working on my car one night. This was like when I'd first met her.
Is this, are you talking about Chris?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we should get him on.
Yeah. And she wanted to leave and go meet up with all the other boys or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, just wait. I got to finish my car. Like I was in the middle of, I think I was fitting like a garden edging lip or something at the time.
Also, too, when we're younger, we think we're like cooler than probably what we were.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So it's just like, nah, man. Like,
yeah.
you don't give a shit about anything. You're just like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm doing this car.
And so she was just cracking the shit because she's like, I want to leave now. Why aren't we leaving? They're waiting for us. And I'm like, I'm not leaving. Hated me.
Yeah. So, like, so she's obviously into cars and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes it cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you, that's one thing. Like,
So technically, the Evo was her car.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, when you meet someone, and you have the same interests, it makes just certain things so much easier.
It makes it so much easier to spend a lot of money. Because, you know, I got so many mates that are like into cars and they're like, and it's like, dude, how come you haven't finished your car?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, but you know, the missus doesn't want me spending this money.
Yeah.
Like, well, when you have a missus, it's like, why haven't you finished your car?
Yeah.
Like,
That's one thing with my girlfriend. Like, she's, when you find a girl that's really supportive, it just makes so much, like it makes it all stress free.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to spend a day working on your car, you're not going to get, you know, all the crap that comes with certain afterwards.
So many times I've been like out with mates or whatever, and we'll be hanging out, and they'll be like, "Oh, dude, do you have to go?" Like, why would I have to go?
They just think because you got a family that you can't live a life
But
still.
not like, why would I have to go, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, is your missus gonna crack the shit?
Yeah.
Are there strippers here? Like,
yeah, that's right.
why would she crack the shits? I'm here hanging out with you.
But the sad thing is, there is partners that would crack the shit.
100%.
Yeah.
But you know, and from the sounds of things, your partner's the same. Where it's like, well, why would you crack the shits that I'm here hanging out with mates?
Yeah.
Like,
And
it just seems so weird to me. Like,
yeah, 100. But
what?
I've had the total opposite too in the past, where it's been like I can't mow the lawn without an issue.
Very unhealthy.
So this is like a breeze in the park these
Nice
days.
healthy change.
Yeah, no, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. The only thing, it's just I'm not at family stage yet.
Yeah,
but I'll get there.
It comes.
But yeah,
it sneaks up on you.
but so we spoke about this off air, but you got ambitions. You reckon to open up your own shop? So you're gonna open up your own shop and then keep pumping out maybe content.
There's
as well?
there's a lot of things up in the air at the
Yeah,
moment.
really.
So I don't know. We'll see
Your
what
mind,
happens.
your mind's
The
ticking.
YouTube channel, the YouTube channel will run.
Yep.
Regardless.
Yep.
You know, I'm still going to be painting cars, so
Yeah.
might as well record them. Like I said.
No, that's perfect.
So yeah,
I think what you're doing with that's pretty cool because it might seem like, say, because we, like you said, we do it day in, day out to a certain point, or I might do it as a hobby these days. But like to us, we don't even think
The
about what we're
novelty
doing.
wears off.
But then I'll sit and watch TV on YouTube, and I'll watch like 3 hours of just someone else
and
working
you'll
on their
watch
car.
somebody else work. Yeah,
And I'm
100%.
just like, and they got like a massive amount of followers.
Yep.
They're making money off their brand.
Yep.
Plus doing cool shit.
Yeah.
Because they got sponsorship.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking,
Perfect example.
I'm thinking
Mighty
like-
Car Mods.
yeah,
Like these two dudes that started a YouTube channel
Yeah.
in their driveway, their mum's driveway. I
Yeah.
think it was.
and then I'm just thinking like, I'm watching everyone else do probably the stuff I've done throughout my whole life anyway. So it's like,
Yep.
That's what sort of ticked in my mind. Like maybe I should put some content out. So, yeah, I'm thinking that's something I'm going to look into. But I just got to figure out a way to market it off that's not connected to this.
Yeah.
But cause I've always got a Mazda floating around.
Yeah.
It's very rare I don't have a Mazda.
The thing is finding that niche. You know, finding that, because I don't know, your YouTube page probably looks very similar to mine, where you open YouTube and it's just car video. It's just YouTube's just like, here, watch this, watch this,
pretty much.
and it seems like there's like 400 million. There probably is close to that. 400 million videos of like cars, and it's like, well, you kind of have to figure out where you're gonna fit into all of that.
Yeah.
But still, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
Watch this one.
Should do a parody of what is it? With the exhibit one.
Pimp my ride.
Yeah, we should just do a crap parody of that. It'd be hilarious.
I think there's been a few.
Just like chrome hubcaps and.
Yeah. But even that show was awesome.
It was good to watch.
At the time, it was like this. It was ridiculous. Why would I need a fish tank in my center console?
Yeah, it was good to watch.
So cool to watch.
And then you do research and like they just, or even just like if you're a car person, you pick up on certain things in the video. Just like
you look at things, you're like,
shocking
you
job.
What?
Yeah, like they'll paint the car and then I know you'll see like in the bonnet gap it's the odd different color, or they haven't done rust repair.
Or they open the doors and it's like, you haven't even masked it up. You just let the paint just blow in, and it's all just kind of blends from.
I reckon that's a car show of our generation. That shaped us.
Yeah.
That
and Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I used to love. Oh, I loved it because it had a Mazda in it.
Yep.
I guess. But,
yep.
But yeah. Anyway, we should probably wrap it up.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming on again.
No dramas.
I think we'll talk off air. Maybe we'll get you on, talk a few different things.
Anytime.
I appreciate it. Oh, we bit of shake. That was awkward. What do we do? Little fingers. No, thanks, man.
No dramas, dude. Ooh.